Yo, what's up, guys? Sorry about that. We weren't able to get it sorted. So I'm gonna come on here and I'm just gonna rap about some mushrooms for a little bit. Hope that's cool with everybody. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Sweet. All right. Well, I thought I'd take this opportunity to just dive through some of the mindful stuff. Mindful, all our products. For those who don't know, I design all the products for Mindful. So these are a lot of my creations. So we can talk about a little bit what the inspiration and everything that comes about in creating these. I'm going to start it off with this immunity blend here. I was fascinated with the vagus nerve, gut health, and how that corresponds with our immunity. The vagus nerve is our, I believe, third largest pathway to the brain. So it's actually a huge communication pathway. So a lot of our anxieties and stuff can come from our gut. So if our gut's not happy, we can have anxieties come up, feel sleepy, feel lazy, feel tired, all these things that people battle with all the time. And a lot of it can stem from the gut health and the magic of some of these mushrooms, especially some of these ones like, so basically what I did was I started diving into some of these mushrooms that I'd been using for so long and studying and which ones would correspond well together and get the greatest scope of the overall gut. Got into the small intestine, work through those internal organs to help clear that up and help with that immunity. And what happens is that our immunity is actually a lot generated from the gut. So you have like your leptin production, which is helping you produce white blood cells, and so there's the matakis, the shiitakes that help with this leptin production. So you're in turn producing more white blood cells. So that's helping with your immunity. Then you're having like the chaga, which is helping with the toxins in the liver, and then the turkey tail, miasma, reishi. These are really helping with the small and large intestines, and I added black pepper in there to help enlarge the cell. So you're taking in more of the nutrients, and it's this really earthy blend. Just even when you smell it, you're just like, oh, this smells like the forest on a rainy day. And it's just amazing. And it's been fascinating to see, because some people, whether they're looking into microdosing to use as a tool in getting through some of this mental health and anxieties, depression, whatever it may be, and the first thing is like, I've heard about microdosing, I want to try it, and it's amazing. Yeah, let's check it out. But sometimes what's happening is their gut isn't right. They're coming off antibiotics, they're coming off of some sort of stint, and they got to get their gut health back, get that going, and that response will actually in turn like help your neurons and help with that serotonin release and dopamine and stuff. And like, so what happens, and it'll go straight to microdosing, and sometimes that will be, it's giving me headaches or stuff, or I'm not reacting well, and still, because it's not the gut where it's being absorbed, is still needs some help. So that's where the immunity has been so powerful, is to help kind of flush and take and help rebuild this immunity from the gut, help the gut get strong, help cleanse any of these toxins from the gut. And then what's happened is they do the cycle of immunity and then move to microdosing, and all of a sudden microdosing is really a helpful tool for them. So it's really interesting to see how the immunity blend and focusing on the gut health and working to that, how powerful that is. So I'm a real big fan of this one. especially this time of year. It's really powerful. So it's been a really cool blend, and it's been, yeah, just awesome to see how these mushrooms respond in people, and how vast different amount of people, how it can help, because we all do have come from different heritages and respond to different foods, and it seems to be a common denominator with the gut, and then that's where these it seems like these mushrooms really help. So yeah, and don't, with the immunity blend, don't be alarmed especially if you're coming from maybe adjusting your diet and stuff like that. A lot of times that can cause some of the things we don't like to talk about, like some more pooping and stuff like that. But that will taper, and as that gut health comes, then you'll get into this healthy routine, and you'll really see that reset. But there's that bumpy time, but depends on the person. Yeah, and that's the blend. That's the immunity blend. I'm gonna jump over here to the Happy Days. This is the one I designed most recently. This one has been a fave here in our community. It's been, yeah, just so many good reviews. A lot of people in the yoga community really love it. I've heard a lot about hikers, people just coming into an afternoon where they want that kind of, get rid of that afternoon slump, but want that uptick, but not that high impact energy like a coffee or anything like that, but like more stable, and a more kind of a blissful feeling, like a really blissful feeling. So this one I was twofold. I'd been doing a lot of work with cordyceps and lion's mane together, and really studying these mushrooms, seeing how they react together. And there's some similarities where they really synchronize well. And then ashwagandha and holy basil had come into my scope, and I wasn't really sure how I wanted to use them. But these are ashwagandha is this root which has such an overwhelming amount of nutrients that really help with the neurons, and helping with that cortisol, and like, so you're not feeling that stress, and helping the nutrients get to those neurons. So so I was like, I wonder if you can get that energy, that clarity from that energy from the cordyceps, that clarity from the lion's mane. That again, with these blends, is I'm always trying to get the dosage to the dosage that I'm seeing in studies that has been the most effective. So, and then which nutrients and mushrooms come together that will correspond well. So it's kind of attacking that same area. So then the dosage is working together rather than kind of going in two different directions. Yeah, so that's the thesis, and how I come up with these blends, and trial them, and work them really. But yeah, so this one's a 300 milligram dose of ashwagandha, 250 milligrams of the cordyceps, 250 milligrams of the lion's mane, and then 200 milligrams of the holy basil. That's in a 2 capsule dosage. And then again, this one I've added black pepper. I love adding black pepper to these functional blends. I find it really, yeah, just really helps enlarge that cell. It really brings it all together, and helps with these nutrients to get the best bang for your buck. But the ashwagandha and cordyceps and lion's mane go really well together, and it brings this energetic feel and this really warm pickup with this holy basil that's also brings this kind of blissfulness. So it's been a really cool blend to see, and the response has been uncanny. Like, people are just stoked, and so that for me is one of the coolest things. And it's one of those ones, if you're looking for something easy, something that's, you're looking to kind of like pep up maybe your afternoons or your mornings, or you're just feeling a little blah, it's one that can really kind of help be a tool in popping out of that. And what I find with these blends is they're really these tools, because when we sometimes just need that kick, that help to pop out of our rut, and then sometimes these can, and we see it, and then we start getting our mind right. We start, not right, I shouldn't say, but we start getting our mind going to where we want to go, where all of a sudden we got that energy, we start doing things, and it starts rolling over on itself. And then you kind of snap out of it, and you start going to and getting done what you want to get done. So that is another really cool one. The response has been awesome. People of women, men. I have some teenage clients that really have helped them. I think maybe going through all the hormonic times and everything else, the happy days can be a nice, nice sense of relief in that. Maybe like not that it's relieving it, but just to have those nutrients. Um, yeah. So this is the happy days. Huge fan of this one, and the feedback has been phenomenal. Where should we go next? Where should we go next? Let's talk about the synergy. The synergy is a microdose blend. This guy is a microdose sister to the happy days. I should say brother, actually. It feels more masculine energy. This guy is, it's 150 milligram dosage, so it's a bit of strong on the stronger side of microdoses, but it does have a lot of kick to it with the cordyceps and the ginkgo biloba. Cordyceps and ginkgo both help with blood flow, so that's where you really get that energetic from, was the cordycepin in cordyceps. And then the lion's mane is that helping with that clarity, helping with that inflammation in the brain, helping with that absorption for the psilocybin. So this one actually works really nice for people. It's definitely not a beginner microdose, but it's one that has a lot of power, if you get to that in the zone state fairly quickly, and you feel like you're revved up there. But it's a very clean energy, it's a very clean focus, but definitely one that's more like, I'm going to work, I got my task, I'm gonna hit it. Or even if you're going for a run, stuff like that, it could be really powerful. Or if you're reading, it doesn't really matter. Let's be honest. It's to each their own, and however it works with you. Like that's a huge part of this thing is we all are taking the responsibility to get to know ourselves, and what's happening here? Holy smokes, just a day of fucking technical difficulties.